wondering why I'm standing barefoot in water, well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. We're here on a sound stage. This is where they shoot models and all sorts of beautiful things because it has an interesting sort of artsy feel to it. And these cars are truly objects of art. And the gentleman who built these cars is a real artist. These are hand-built one-off cars. Let's meet the man who designed and built these cars, Chris Runge. Chris, come on in. Good to see you, my friend.
You too, Jay.
Chris Runge started out modifying Porsches in a barn in rural Minnesota before moving on to designing and manufacturing his own one-of-a-kind rolling sculptures. Now, of course, they look like Porsches, but are they actually Porsche running gear? What do we have here?
Yeah, so the RS has Porsche mechanicals as far as brakes go, engine, it's a custom-built transaxle, and the Gullwing we used more VW parts. They both kind of represent fascinating eras, I think, in the German sports car history to me, and that's kind of what I focus on my builds.
Well, you know, a lot of people do mechanical work, but few people do body work. These are all hand-formed panels. This is literally massaging metal into the shape that you want. Did you go to a trade school? Are you self-taught? How did this happen?
Yeah, so I didn't go to any trade school. I've been fascinated with cars since I was a kid, you know, and throughout my journey of owning cars, one thing led to another where I was able to pick up an English wheel, and so I taught myself, and the first thing I built was a seat.
Now, to the uninitiated, this looks like all one piece, like as if you took a giant piece of aluminum, just did the whole thing, but that's not the case, is it?
No, it's not. This is actually, there's a seam right here down the middle, a weld.
Okay, now see, you're a liar. I see no seam. That's amazing. That's unbelievable.
Well, thank you.
Now see, a really bad person at this would make it, there'd be welds and scratches, they'd fill them in with filler, and then they'd paint it and you couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
This shows the real art. This shows just how hard this is to do. I'm really anxious to see how these aerodynamics work. That's really a cheap excuse just to take it for a ride. Plus, I'd like to get out of this stupid water. Okay, I've been standing in this thing most of the morning, so let's do this before I get a cold. I got the perfect day.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for better weather.
There are really only 4 non-perfect days in California.
It is a lot different than Minnesota.
You know, it's funny, everybody complains about the traffic in LA. When you go 20 miles away from it in any direction, and this is what you get.
It's beautiful. I mean, this is what I designed to build the car for, you know?
And this is rush hour out here. What was it like the first time you drove a car you built yourself?
Oh, it was exhilarating.
Yeah. Better than you thought? Worse than you thought? Uh-oh, I got a long way to go. What do you think?
You know, whenever I build, I always think of things I can do better. I mean, that's just what keeps you coming back to the garage, you know? Right. It was just so satisfying the first time I drove it.
So what is the single hardest part? Is it the fenders? Is it making the fuel tanks? What is it?
I think the thing that I find most challenging is the openings, the doors. My cars have so many curves. To get the geometry of a hinge to work is really tricky.
Now, is the customer always right? Because I want gauges all along here. I want this, I want that.
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
That, or is it no, you only do it as it was?
No. So each customer, I kind of build the car around their personal taste. For example, this customer was a Navy pilot. So we have all these aircraft switches. So when they get in the car, they can feel part of their story in a piece of art.
And how long does it take when a customer orders a car? Year and a half?
Yeah, right now it's about a 2-year wait.
A big problem to have.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, thank you for carrying on the tradition, my friend.
Thank you.
Let's go drive some more! This next fantastic vehicle puts functionality in the back seat, so to speak.